victory. Listen here. The book of 1 Samuel chapter 1. And I am going to read it from verse 9. It reads as follows. So Hannah arose after they have finished eating and drinking in Shiloh. Now Eli the priest was sitting on the seat by the doorpost of the tabernacle of the Lord. What is amazing here is that when everyone have eaten, everyone is enjoying life. So the one that had a burden, the one that have something to pray of, she could not go and rejoice and just do as everyone is doing it. So she thought of going to a place where she can speak to her God. And listen to verse 10. And she was in bitterness of soul and prayed to the Lord and wept in anguish. Then she made a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, if you will indeed look at the affliction of your maidservant and remember me and not forget your maidservant, but will give your maidservant a male child, then I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life, and no razor shall come upon his head. What I like about this woman, Hannah, is that her prayer was very specific. So she just didn't just pray, just like everyone is praying. She knew what she wanted. She knew what she believed God for. So you can do the same. You can make a target. What is that you are looking for? Yes, she was looking for a child, but specific. What kind of a child she is looking for? She said, a son, if you can give me a son. And she knew what to do with what she was asking God for. I mean, this is powerful. She's not just asking something just for pleasure only, but she's specifying that if this blessing God releases to me, this is how I am going to use it for. I mean, her prayer moved the heaven. Her prayer breaks the chains of limitations. Her prayers, breaks the curse of her womb. Her prayer breaks every, if there was an analogy of a curse of a barrenness, that prayer went right there and break it and says, from now by Hannah, there will be no any barrenness from her family that shall come and follow her, because she knew what she was looking for, and she had faith that if she goes in the place where God can be found, and if she can have faith and pour all of her heart, there is no way where God cannot listen to her prayer. Verse 12. And it happened, as she continued praying before the Lord, that Eli watched her mouth. You see, this is amazing because, even in your congregation, even in your community, people that praise, they looks like a mad people to those that are not praying. And it's a pity, because it's a sad story, because you also find something like this in the house of God, where others are praying and others are looking at those that are praying. Others' tears are coming out of their faces, and there are tears, flowing down, and others are laughing, wondering what is happening to this man, what is happening to this woman, but they don't know that they are pouring out their hearts unto the Lord. So then now the priest Eli was amazed, and he began to judge this poor woman that he wanted God to touch her life, wanted God to grant a petition. And listen to what he said. Verse 13. Now Hannah spoke in her heart. She was speaking in her heart. Only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore, Eli thought she was drunk. People will think like you are mad. People will think like you are drunk. People will think like you are not right in your mind. People will think like something wrong about you because they don't know the burden that you have. They don't know the bitterness that you have. They don't know the weight that you have carried. They don't know the problem that you are facing. They don't know the challenges that you are going through. But I want to say to you tonight that do not care about what people will say, but go and face God with all your burden, because your answers are right there at the hands of the Lord. So rather not focus on the people and you focus on God, even though you are hearing them criticizing you, criticizing your prayers, criticizing your movement, criticizing how you do things. But let me tell you tonight that you need to take a step going forward to Jesus, because it is in Jesus where your prayers are going to be answered. Continue to scream, Son of David, have mercy on me. Even though they are criticizing, even though they are laughing, but continue, Lord, have mercy on me. The one that have sent to come and died for your sin shall have mercy on you, because he helped the servant of Israel in the remembrance of his covenant, in remembrance of his promises. Hallelujah. And listen here. So, verse 14, so Eli said to her, how long will you be drunk? Put your wine away from you. Take this today. When you pray, it's either in your house, it is either in the congregation. No one will see what is in your heart. It is between you and God. We can be millions of us here. No one will see how much you need him. But I want to say to you that do not be discouraged by your pastor. Do not be discouraged by your congregation. Do not be discouraged by other Christians. Do not be discouraged by your family. But continue and seek the one that can be able to touch and be able to reach to your desire, to your needs, to your wants. And his name is Jesus. His name is Jesus. Because it's amazing that even the priest, they can even miss it. They might not know what you are up to. They might not know what you are up to. And he was lost. He has been serving God for years. He has so much of experience for God. He has heard the voice of God before. He knows how God speaks. But this time when this woman was pouring her heart to the Lord, he was totally lost. And he never thought this is not the way of approaching the throne of heaven. He didn't know. But today, on that day, he met a woman that could not be turned away or turned back, because she knew, she set a goal. She set a goal that tonight, on this day, while my family are enjoying wines, are enjoying good food, are enjoying expensive things, but I am going to the house of the Lord, while everyone, it seems everything is right, but I know deeply into my heart that I have something that is only Jesus can be able to come and help me. And I'm saying to you that even in our days where everyone is enjoying their salaries, enjoying their riches, enjoying their wealth, but you